The tall and lanky, Shanky, skyscraping Shanky, is a 7-foot tall, imposing figure indeed, trained by the great Kali. But how does one lose such a tall drink of water? On this episode of Wrestling Mysteries, we will find out about the disappearance of the skyscraping Shanky.
Where in the world is Skyscraper Shanky? Ugh, he needs more seasoning. Ugh.
The WWE has been on fire lately, with storylines like The Bloodline, Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy, and the Judgment Day. With Vince McMahon retiring at 77 years of age, after 40 years as the WWE chairman, and his successors being Chairwoman Stephanie McMahon, his daughter, and his son-in-law, Paul Levesque, Triple H, coming in as head of creative. Wrestlers that were fired a year or so ago are back in droves. Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross, Scarlett, Hit Row, Johnny Gargano, and many others have come back in blindingly fast droves. What a red-letter, crazy year it has been. You can almost slice the year 2022 right down the middle as two vastly different halves. A yin and a yang era. It's almost like this year is like Harvey Dent Two-Face from Batman, with the first half being a more sports entertainment-centric product led by Vince McMahon, and a more wrestling-centric product in the second half of the year led by Triple H. However, with the change in regiments, some wrestlers thrive while others dive. Perhaps none have dived completely off the radar as one 7-foot tall giant called Skyscraping Shanky has. Shanky has mysteriously disappeared from the WWE TV since Vince McMahon has retired. Shanky was last seen on the July 22, 2022 episode of Friday Night SmackDown, last seen tagging with Jinder Mahal in a match against the newly christened Vicious Viking Raiders. This match went only a few minutes long, as a countout ensued when the Viking Raiders tossed Jinder Mahal into the New Day, who were doing commentary at ringside. Shanky would go to attend to his wounded partner and disappeared from sight completely after this moment. What happened? Was Shanky fired? Injured? Sucked into a black hole? Did Vince McMahon gain custody rights to him? Perhaps Shanky just doesn't fit into Triple H's new vision for the WWE. Before his mysterious disappearance from the WWE, Shanky started showing signs of sickness. He got a bad case of the boogie fever months before his disappearance and started shaking what his mama gave him, much to the chagrin of his grouchy, serious tag team partner, the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Some rumors have floated around that Jinder had his beloved bail-mouth of a buddy put down to put him out of his misery, and then took time off himself to mourn. It is well known that once a wrestler starts dancing in the WWE, it spells the end of their career. Brodus Clay, Albert, a.k.a. Lord Tensai twice, and Lance Storm, to name a few, all caught the dreaded boogie fever, and their careers were never quite the same afterwards.
Shush! Shush, please!
Some might say with big, more athletic wrestlers like Braun Strowman back, the lanky, less coordinated giants like Shanky are now stuck in catering. Giants like Veer Mahan, Commander Aziz, and Omos have seen a diminishing in their careers since Triple H came in, as Vince McMahon loved his big sweaty giants, and Triple H favors more of the work rate midgets flavored vanilla. However, Veer and Commander Aziz simply went over to NXT to disappear, as Omos had perhaps his best match against Braun Strowman at Crown Jewel. They have all been seen sporadically, while Shanky has been seen even less than Bigfoot. Did somebody mistake the big man for Bigfoot and capture him for scientific study? My sources say no. I, the insider, have the inside scoop on what really happened to the jiggly, jolly, jovial giant. But first, a look into history. Before he got into wrestling, a young, fresh-faced, normal-nosed Paul Levesque was a jerky jock playing football in the 80s for Adams College football team and partied quite hearty with his fellow alphabet brethren, Stan Gable, Danny Burke, and the Ogre, with Coach Harris encouraging their rowdy, jerkish jockstrap behavior along the way. One day, young Paul Levesque was at a gas station putting gas in his muscle car when an old gypsy man begged him for money. Paul told him to screw off, old man, get a job. The old man pleaded that his family just needed a few bucks for food and his daughter was sick, only to have Paul cold-heartedly push him into a mud puddle, with him and the Alpha Betas laughing at the poor old gypsy man. The embarrassed old gypsy man got up, touched Paul Levesque's nose, and simply stated, "Big." Paul harked back, "Yo mama knows I'm big, but it ain't my nose that's big, old man." The old man gave him a death stare and walked off into the night, with the Alpha Betas laughing cruelly at him. Paul pushed the event out of his head, but started noticing his once normal nose starting to grow ever so slightly a little more each year. With each year that passed, it grew a little and a little more. It wasn't until the pandemic era that Triple H Paul Levesque was scared enough to track down the old gypsy man to reverse the curse, as he feared his nose would swallow his face and he would be nothing more than a big nose in a business suit. The old man promised to remove the curse and make the gargantuan nose stop growing if Triple H would take his great-grandson Shanky under his wing and give him a spot in the WWE to become a huge superstar. Triple H agreed. The old gypsy man removed the curse so the nose would stay big, but at least stop growing. Triple H brought Shanky to Vince McMahon, whose taint was tickled over the side of a big sweaty bailmouth, and he immediately packaged him with Veer Mahan and Jinder Mahal. Eventually, Veer was drafted to Raw and got stuck in his own gypsy curse of perpetually coming, while Shanky and Jinder stayed on SmackDown. Eventually, Shanky found his groove and started dancing and flirting with ringside announcers. Soon, Vince McMahon's philandering ways forced him to retire. And now, without his #1 advocate Vince McMahon giving him a spotlight, Shanky's spotlight was now gone, and Shanky was vanquished by Triple H to dance in catering. Triple H has the gypsy nose curse removed and is now keeping Shanky off our screens to spite Shanky's gypsy family. Some rumors state that Triple H got tired of footing the bill for Shanky to eat all the catering backstage, as he's a growing boy and eats a lot, and Triple H played music for the big man to dance out of the building and to get lost in the woods. Should Shanky return to our TV screens in the WWE, you can guarantee the gypsies have caught up with Triple H again to threaten another curse on him to bring Shanky back to the spotlight of the TV where he belongs, or else. Keep your eyes peeled on the screen to see how this develops. This is the most exciting storyline currently in wrestling. Take that bloodline. Perhaps Shanky will appear in wrestling, or perhaps he will appear on Dancing with the Stars if not. Keep getting jiggy wherever you are, big man. You heard it here first from the Insider. Recently, WWE headquarters received this unknown call from an unknown caller at WWE HQ's voicemail. The voice you're about to hear is the unknown caller's voice at WWE HQ's voicemail that happened after hours.
Beep. Mr. Levexa, this here is Tarshish. Where is my Dilshire Shanky? I have not seen Dilshire Shanky on the TV in many months. His family and I are wondering where he went. I do hope you are not backing down on our deal, sir. If you do not return Dilshire Shanky to TV soon, I will come and find you, and you're not hard to find, sir. After all, your nose still sticks out like a mountain. If you do not return Dilshire Shanky soon, I will curse you again. But this time, I will not curse the nose. I will curse another part of you, and I won't make it grow. Thinking, shrinking, gobbledygook. Beep. Ugh, maybe Shanky should beat Roman for the title. Ugh.